Hello students, welcome to J Science Hub. Today we are going to study about changes in matter. The changes in matter can be differentiated into physical change and chemical change. For example, think about a piece of paper. Okay, you tear this paper into small pieces. Now you are having small pieces of paper, right? There's no any change in the composition of the paper. The changes in which the composition of matter does not change even though its nature of existence change are called physical change. But think about the instant when you burn this paper. Now it is not in the form of paper, right? You can observe ash and smokes are formed. So the composition of the paper is now changed and the new substance is formed, right? Changes in which the composition of matter forming new substance are known as chemical changes. So in order to understand these physical and chemical changes, we discuss about some experiments. Okay, take a beaker with a salt solution. Heat the beaker using a Bunsen burner until water is completely vaporized. What is your observation? You can find a residue at the bottom of the beaker. This residue is the salt that was previously dissolved in water. This shows the change that occurs when dissolving a salt in a water is a physical change, because by supplying a heat to the salt solution we can again get the salt. But think about a magnesium ribbon which is burnt in the flame. Before burning, the magnesium is a metal, so it shows the metallic luster. When burn this magnesium stripe, it burns with a bright flame, leaving a white powder. So the composition of the magnesium has totally changed and forms the new substance. So burning of the magnesium ribbon can be considered as a chemical change. So I hope now you understand the difference between physical change as well as the chemical change. So let's discuss about the changes of state as physical changes. So what do you understand by the term state of matter? We already studied about the three different states of matter. They are solid, liquid and gas. Some materials shows the conversion from one state to another. We can consider water as a fine example of this. Think about ice cubes. They are in a solid state, right? When you supply the heat from solid state, they turn into a liquid state. Okay, so the transition of a substance from a solid state to a liquid is called melting or fission. But again, if you keep this water inside the deep freezer, it turns into a solid state. So the transition of a substance from a liquid state to solid state is called freezing. You may observe in the kettle. Through that opening of the kettle, you can observe the water vapor is passing out. This shows the liquid is converted into the form of gas by supplying more heat. So the change of liquid into a gas is known as vaporization. When you kept a mirror in front of this opening of the kettle, you can find the droplets, right? This shows the water vapor is now converted into a liquid state. So the conversion of the substance that exists in the gaseous state into liquid state is called condensation. So what do you think about change of state of substances? Here no new substance are formed, right? In all state water is present, right? So during a change of state no new substance are formed by changing the composition. Therefore the changes of state are physical changes. This figure shows you the conversion of different states. Sublimation is another kind of conversion of states. But here the solid is directly turned into vapor without passing through the liquid state. So now we understand the change of state can be considered as a physical change. So let's discuss about the chemical change. We already know during chemical changes the composition of matter is changed and it forms a new substance, right? So now we are going to discuss about some experiment to show the chemical changes. Take about 1 gram of lead nitrate to a boiling tube and supply the heat to this tube by using a Bunsen burner. What is your observation? When white lead nitrate is heated, a brown color gas is evolved, leaving a red color powder in the boiling tube. This shows the composition of the lead nitrate have changed. So we consider this change as a chemical change. Think about a solution of copper sulfate and a solution of sodium hydroxide. When the copper sulfate solution is added to the sodium hydroxide solution, a formation of a light blue solid can be observed. Such solids are called precipitates. The new substance is formed, so we can consider it as a chemical change. When we add a piece of zinc into a little dilute hydrochloric acid which presents in the boiling tube, you can observe the zinc starts to dissolve and the gas is liberated. This shows you the formation of new substance, right? So we consider this as a chemical changes. So by performing this experiment, you can understand there is some evidence in support of the fact that a chemical reaction has taken place. They are evolution of gases, change in color, change in temperature, formation of precipitates, production of sound or light, and production of an odor. Now we can define a chemical change or a chemical reaction as the formation of new substance having a different composition or several new substances by one or more substance undergoing change. So you all recall the experiment we did in the starting of this video. Magnesium stripe react with the oxygen and forms a white color powder, right? This powder is known as magnesium oxide. Here the substance that gets subjected to change during a chemical reaction are called reactants. Here the reactants are magnesium and oxygen. The new substance that form by a chemical reaction are referred to as product. Here the product is the magnesium oxide. There are several chemical reactions take place in our day-to-day life. For example, the digestion of food by enzymes, rusting of iron, tarnishing of metals, combustion of materials, decay of organic matter, ripening of fruits, and blast of a cracker are fine examples of chemical reactions. So I hope now you understand the difference between chemical and physical changes. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share and subscribe to J Science Hub for more videos related to science.